Welcome to another SkaredCast Battle Report in 6th edition. That's right, we are playing 6th edition missions and rules, and we're having 1,000-point battles. It's a little dark down here in the gaming basement, but this is... Thanks. That's awesome. Thanks a lot. It's the Battle of the Basement, and today I'm going to be playing against Jeff's fully painted Space Marine army. That's right, fully painted Marines. Yeah, this is 1,000 points of Marines. We'll go over lists in a second. Against my fully painted 1,000 points worth of Dark Eldar, using the new 6th edition rules. So, first things we did. We rolled for mission. We got 6 objectives, of which one of them has 4 points, 2 of them are 3 points, 1 of them is 1 point, and 2 are duds. And they have to get placed face down after we have decided deployment zones. For deployment zones, we got the new Dawn of War, which is 12 inches from the center of the table, but lengthwise. So we're playing the length of the table. Then we had to roll to see if Night Fight was in effect, and it isn't. For drugs, I rolled +1 weapon skill for my drugs. And Warlord tables, my Homunculus is a strategic Warlord, and he gives +1 to my reserves. I have a unit of Scourge Deep Striking and a unit of Jet Bikes in reserve. By the way, fast attack count as a victory point, as well as scoring objectives this game. So that's interesting. Now he's deployed his army. He's got Cullen, which is a forge rule character that makes that the Terminator doesn't score, does it? Is it a troop? No. Okay. It has a big unit of Terminators, 2 little scoring troop units, and then a Razorback with a Heavy Bolter, Predator with Auto Las, and a Razorback with Assault Cannons. He's going to roll to seal the initiative on camera in a second, but first we'll be going through... and then my army, because I just kind of went through yours, didn't I? My army, I have 1 Ravager, a Raider with Rax, 10 guys with a Splinter Cannon and a Blaster. The Blaster's actually hiding out of line of sight, so he cannot get shot down there. And 8 Witches with the Homunculus, and a Hecatrix with an Agonizer. And then in reserve, I have 6 Reaver Jet Bikes with 2 Heat Lances, and 5 Scourge, and they're over there somewhere. Okay. So now what we'll do is we'll roll to steal the initiative. Does Jeff steal the initiative? And...
Oh, come on.
Cock dice. Yes, he does. Ta-da! So now we'll have to roll to see what happens. Anyway, enjoy. My Raiders and Ravagers have Night Shields now, so -6 inches to ranges, because if you move, you get a Jinx save, which is a 5+ save. But that Raider is probably going to die horribly. And, let's do the objectives on camera. Might as well. Right. So we're going to scale the objectives. That objective.
Blank.
Is that a dud?
Yeah,
or did he do it backwards?
No, it's a blank. I made it that way.
Okay, that's a blank. That's a dud. This objective is a 1. So that, leave the 1 there so that... Oh, well, we know. Okay. This objective is... the 4. That's an important one. The girls. Yeah, the girls. That one over there. What is this? This is a 3. And then there's this one, which is a dud. And that one's a 3. Okay. So, wait, which is the dud?
That's a dud.
Is that the 3? No, then this is the 3 right here.
Yeah, that's a 3.
This is a 3. Okay. So we'll be back.
You might want to flip it around.
Mocking me now, are you?
Saying that 'cause he's afraid.
Okay, so Space Marine, amazing Space Marine turn 1. The Predator fired at that and blew that up, and then they got bombarded by the orbital bombardment that actually thankfully scattered off my Ravager. That scooted up 12 inches and then snap fired at that Raider, but did nothing. And then the Terminators fired at the Raider and blew it sky high. And then this Heavy Bolter was like, shooting at the closest model. Having to make sure remembering where your models are is really, really interesting. So now we'll move on to Dark Eldar turn 1. Let's see if I can mitigate some of the amazing damage that was done to me. Okay, Dark Eldar turn 1. The Witches moved up and then threw a grenade at this, a Haywire grenade, to take off a hull point, and then charged it, and because tanks are weapon skill 1, they killed it with Haywire grenades. So unless there's something very different, tanks are stupidly vulnerable to assault. These guys moved up. The Homunculus moved the paint token over there, and we fired into that. But this one dude, the closest guy, soaked up all 4 wounds. This Ravager was a nice hero and shot at this Predator, blew it sky high, and these guys have been pinned. So now we're on to Space Marine turn 2. Forgot to do Space Marine turn 2. So these guys moved up, that moved up. And then literally, the Terminators fired at the Ravager that was there, but the Ravager passed its 5+ dodge save, which he would have had, which my tanks would have had if he hadn't stolen the initiative, because I went for Night Shields instead of Flicker Fields. And then they moved up over here, threw a grenade, a frag grenade, which is a blast weapon, and the rabbit fired into there. I went to ground, and the squad leader was the only one that survived because she kept on getting pushed out of the way by her squad mates. And then we're halfway into Dark Eldar turn 2. And reserves, I had my Scourge show up. And they're here. They hit right there. Ready to shoot at that. And then the Mandrake showed up. But yes, I took some Mandrakes. Because move through cover means they have grenades now. Dark Eldar turn 2 / Space Marine turn 3. My Mandrakes moved into here, charged, and then lost everybody but one, and then fell back. Then they charged into here, lost 1 to snap firing, Overwatch, and then killed 2, but I held. These guys stripped a hull point from there with a glancing rocket, and they knocked out the last witch, and they're moving up. And now I'll be rolling for my reserves / on for turn 3. So this is the end of the game. We went all the way to turn 7. My jet bikes came up this flank and were able to deal with stuff over here and then take that objective with 3 points. Killed his HQ, who was trying to get them for the end of the game. They knocked that out. The weapon skill 3 on tanks makes weapon skill 1 on tanks if they move. At least that's how far we have. There's so much information we have so far. Means that they will be very easy to kill in combat. They score over here. They ran all the way over to this objective. Anyway, so that would be victory for Dark Eldar with 3. How much is that one? That's another 3? Yes. 6. So 6. I have a unit in your deployment zone. So that's 7. I kill your commander. That's 8. And to your 2. First blood and killing my scoring unit. So I won by 6 points. Okay. So that's game. Jeff, do you have anything to say?
Vehicles aren't as strong as they used to be. Be careful when you take them.
Allocation.
And the wound allocation, one model can soak up a lot of firepower.
Yeah, things like we saw that some, if you got lucky and that one model just kept on passing saves, that model was like the hero. Snapfire was really interesting. We had just a few models. It didn't seem to be too game breaking.
No, not at all. No.
At least we didn't really play with any psychers. So I'm assuming as soon as we put psychers into the picture, there'll be a lot of dynamics to change. So yeah, take notes. The first game of 5th edition. The first game of 6th edition. Tanks are a lot less hard to kill. At least in the later stages of the game, once they've started to take hull points. Glancing hits are dangerous against tanks. Like really, really dangerous. Because you only need to glance to rip a hull point off. And if you don't have cover, there's no way of saving from that. So that's a note for all you who are learning how to play 6th edition. And make sure you check out the podcast and blog at scarred.podbean.com. 40k Nation website, www.40knation.com. And check back for more updates, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, etc., etc. As always, we try and provide quality videos. I'll try to get better lighting in here for next time. And from the gaming basement, I bid you farewell. Skari out.